In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can work with the video manager, and in particular, I'm going to be showing you how you can make audio tracks for your voiceovers using the text-to-speech engine. So once inside of the video manager, you click on the video manager thumbnail button, and then you go over to text-to-voice. Inside of the text-to-voice, you can select whatever voices you want to work with. You have a bunch of other settings that we're going to go through in a moment, and you can either add your article here, or you can load your article from a text file. I'm going to add it here myself, or whatever you want your voiceover, sorry, and your script. So I've added it here, and it's very important that you use the right punctuation as well. I've actually added the nursery rhyme Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, and I've taken this from this website here. I've just copied and pasted roughly about that much. So anyway, what you can do is, let me just show you exactly how this would work without any punctuation first. Let's do these. Okay, and we'll use Brian. Okay, and would leave everything on the default settings and click on preview.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are, up above the world so high like a diamond.
Okay, so as you can see, he's reading out fairly well, but he's just missing out the full stops or the pauses. So I'm going to add the punctuation back in here. So they're going to be commas and full stops, and I'll click on preview.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are, up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky.
So as you can see, it sounds so much better. So it's very important that we have the right punctuation in there, so that we can get the right pauses in there as well. So commas and full stops, which are periods, are actually used for some kind of pauses. But if you wanted a longer pause, like say for example you wanted Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, and you wanted like a 5-second pause, you can use this gauge here. You can click your mouse and hold it down and drag and drop it, and drag it along to increase and decrease the pauses. And then you can click the pause shortcode, and that's going to add a pause shortcode here. And you can actually directly add onto this if you want as well and edit this. So let's say for example you wanted a 1-second pause. You can add something like that there, and it'll have a 1-second pause after Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, and then it'll go to How I Wonder What You Are. So let's have a preview of this.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star,
here's the pause.
How I wonder what you are, up above.
Okay, so there you go. And obviously you can increase the pause, add the pauses wherever you want. You can add them between words as well if you wanted to add them between words. But let me show you what else you can do with this as well. So you've got volume shortcodes, you've got speed shortcodes, and you've got pitch shortcodes, and you've got a shortcode to change the actual voice as well. So you can have an article, or you can have a voiceover or script being spoken out with multiple voices. So let me give you an example of this. So we'll highlight the text that we want to use. First of all, we'll select the voice that we want to work with. We'll highlight the text that we want to have spoken out by that voice and click on voice shortcode. Now that's added Brian there, and that means Brian's going to be speaking this out here. What we'll do now is we'll actually use Skippy the Chipmunk to read out line number 2. So I'm going to highlight that text, and I'm going to have Skippy the Chipmunk. For everything else, I'm going to have being read out by a female. So we'll have Amen or Ama or Emma reading out the rest of it here. So we're going to have Brian first, then we're going to have Skippy the Chipmunk, and then we're going to have a female reading the rest out. So let's have a preview and see how it looks.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star,
how I wonder what you are,
up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky, when the blazing sun is gone.
So there you go. So it sounds pretty cool. What you can do here as well is you can have like the lady reading out this one here, and you can change the way that she reads here. So for example, we'd change, if we wanted to, for example, have her voice go very faint or getting fainter, and let's see how that would sound. I don't know if that's going to make a lot of difference or not, but let's give it a go, and we'll do the rest of it as 100. Okay, just remember the default settings that you have here are going to be used for anything that you don't have a shortcode with. So if we have the voice speed as 10, then all of this is going to be done as 10, because you don't have direct shortcodes in here to tell it that you want it as a 10. I'll give you a better example now. So let's say for example you wanted this one done as a 10 voice speed. You can highlight that and say you want a 10 voice speed there, but you want the rest of the article done as a 0, which is a normal. Then you'll see what I mean now. Let's do a preview.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star,
How I wonder what you are.
Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. When the blazing sun is
You
gone.
see that like a diamond in the sky, but that was a voice, a volume, sorry, of 48 instead of 100. So anyway, as you can see, you can add multiple shortcodes inside of these. If you heard the Twinkle Twinkle Little Star in the start, so I'll click on preview again.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Super fast. Okay, and the reason it's super fast is because I added a speed value here of 10 and everything else has got a speed value of 0. So I'll take the speed value out, and if we hear it one more time,
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
much different, much slower, much better as well. What you can do here as well, guys, is this actually works with spin syntax as well. So we could have twinkle. Let me add the opening bracket and let me add the closing bracket here as well. Okay, so we could have twinkle, or we could have hello, hi, howdy. Okay, and we can click on preview.
Howdy. Twinkle, little star.
Okay, click on preview again.
Howdy. Twinkle.
That's got on howdy, howdy.
Hello. Twinkle.
Hello there.
Hello. Twinkle.
Hello there again.
Hi. Twinkle.
Okay, so as you can see, you can use spin syntax as well. But that's not the only thing that you can do as well, guys. It becomes very, very cool. Let me just show you what else you can do as well. Okay, what you can do here as well is you can actually change the shortcodes here as well. So let's add a shortcode here to this of the speed. Okay, let's do the speed shortcode. Okay, what we can do now, the speed value here is 0. Let me add a closing bracket and let me add an opening bracket. Okay, and we can add something like 5, 10, let's do 7, let's do 3. Okay, and that's what we'll do, and we'll click on preview.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
How I wonder what you are.
Up above the world.
Okay, so as you can see, that was super slow there, the twinkle twinkle little star. Click on preview again.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
This
How
time
I
it was
wonder.
super fast. Click on preview again.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Fast again. Preview.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Okay, fast again.
Twinkle, twinkle,
Okay, that was fast again.
twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Okay, so some of these are 7s and some of these are 10s. So, and some of them are 5s, so they're going to be fairly fast.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Okay, so anyway, this is how it works. You can have different shortcodes for different volumes. Inside of you can have spin syntax inside of the shortcodes as well. So let me give you another example, just show that you know exactly why this can be very powerful with so many voiceovers. So let me just remove all of these and let me show you and take you over to some text that I've already got made. Okay, so I've actually got some text here, and I just want to, the reason I'm actually copying this text is because I was messing around with this earlier on. Okay, so here what you can see, I've got the voice value. The VC value is the voice value. So let's say, for example, I had hi, and I wanted this spoken by Emma. So I'll highlight that, click on voice shortcode. So as you can see, that says Ivona to Emma. Okay, and let's say, for example, I wanted this one said by Eric. Okay, so as you can see, this says Ivona to Eric. So what I've done here is I've actually used spin syntax for the actual voices. So I've got Ivona to Amy, then I've got Brian, then I've got Emma, then I've got Eric, then I've got Gerant, then I've got Gwent, and I've got all of my voiceovers, or all of the actual voices that I've got installed on my computer. I've actually gone over there and I've added in the spin syntax, and then I've closed it off with the voiceover there, with the end shortcode there. So I basically highlighted all of the text. So let me just actually copy this here and I'll show you what I mean, what I done. So we can actually just copy this over to Notepad. Okay, we can actually use this for the Twinkle Twinkle Little Star one again. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight all of this here. I'm going to wrap it around a voice shortcode. So as you can see, the VC, which means the voice shortcode end tag is here and the start tag is here. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually copy this here instead. And basically what I've done here is I've actually spinned all of the voices that I've got inside of here. Okay, so that's all of the voices that I've got inside of here. And watch what happens. I'm going to click on preview.
Twinkle, twinkle, little
I'll click on preview again.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Okay, so as you can see, we've got loads of versions. What we can do now is tell the software, check this checkbox, convert entire article, which means I want to convert the entire article inside of here to one audio track. How many tracks do I want generated? I want to generate, let's say, 20 tracks. Okay, I'm going to generate 20 tracks of this now. And I'm going to click on convert to voice. Okay, so as you can see here, it's generating them all. 3 of 2, 4 of 20, 5 of 20, 6 of 20, 7 of 20. So super duper fast. Okay, now let me just go over to the video manager. It generates everything and saves them to a folder called voice. And as you can see here, it's got all of the voices here. 49 items at the moment. Is that completed then? Okay, yeah, that's completed. And these are all of the ones. What we can do is actually list them. Nope, we'll use them. Okay, so anyway, we'll do them as okay, twinkle twinkle little star, howdy, twinkle twinkle little star, twinkle twinkle little star, and let's have a list.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
There's one.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
So as you can see, we were able to generate multiple versions with multiple voiceovers on there. Now obviously this is going to be spinned, so we're going to have some inside of here that are going to be the same as other ones as well. But the best thing to do is when you want different versions, different speeds and everything as well, is you can use multiple shortcodes as well inside of here, have pauses inside of here and do all sorts and really have multiple versions of your voiceover. So this is how you can get really clever with working with the text to voice converter. In the next video I'll be showing you how to use the batch video, video timeline and the batch video using text to speech.